Every school has its legends, stories whispered in corridors, forgotten rivalries, shadows that linger. But sometimes, the ghost isn't a memory. Sometimes it walks among us, quiet, overlooked, visible by choice or by force. This is the story of a girl they thought was nothing. A girl they ignored, or worse, tormented. A girl whose silence they mistook for weakness. Her name was Elara Vance, and the day the school bullies slapped her without knowing who she really was, they awakened a digital phantom who dismantled their lives, one bite at a time. Elara Vance was new at Northwood High, yet not new at all. She had once been a bright student here until her parents, former cybersecurity experts, pulled her out after Elara accidentally exposed vulnerabilities in the school server. For years, home was her world, a fortress of code, algorithms, networks, ethical hacking. She wasn't just skilled, she was extraordinary, a prodigy who danced effortlessly through the digital underworld. Now, back at public school, she tried to be normal, silent, neutral, a gray mouse in a jungle of roaring lions, head down, clothes simple, eyes avoiding every stranger. But sometimes, predators can't resist chasing the quiet ones. Every kingdom has its rulers. At Northwood, they were called the Royals. Jessica Hayes, Queen Bee by entitlement, sharp-tongued, influential, feared. Brent Riley, the school brute, massive, loud, Jessica's personal enforcer. Chloe Summers, the sneering shadow, copying Jessica's cruelty to feel important. And finally, Marcus Thorne, their tech genius. A boy who thought knowing basic hacking made him a god. Grade manipulation, fake screenshots, accessing private accounts. Marcus did it all, proudly. And the Royals used him as their digital attack dog. They were everything Elara wasn't, loud, arrogant, impossible to ignore. And they noticed her. Elara's torture began as whispers and bumps in the hallway. A spilled drink here, a shove there, harmless, on the surface. But Marcus wanted to impress Jessica, so he dug into Elara's digital footprint, something he should have never done. He found an old poem Elara had posted when she was 13, a cheesy, heartfelt message about her love of coding. Embarrassing, yes, but innocent. Marcus turned it into a school-wide joke. Screens in classrooms flashed her poem. Printed posters flooded the hallways. Even her locker was plastered with it. The Royals laughed. Elara remained silent, but inside, something shifted. Elara calmly warned Marcus about digital boundaries, just a quiet sentence. Jessica snapped. In an empty hallway, Brent blocked the exit. Chloe smirked. Marcus raised his phone, already recording. Jessica slapped Elara, hard. The sound echoed like a gunshot. For a moment, Elara didn't move, didn't speak, didn't even blink. She just stared. That was the moment the ghost woke up. Imagine being Elara. You tried to stay invisible, and they dragged you back. Tell me, if this happened to you, what would you do? Fight back physically or strategically? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Elara went home with a bruised cheek and burning eyes, not from tears, but from clarity. For years she had buried her skills. Now she unleashed them. Her room glowed with screens. Lines of green code ran like rivers. She wasn't hacking for revenge. She was balancing the scales. The first target was obvious. Marcus, the boy who thought he was a hacker. Tonight, he would learn the difference between talent and mastery. Elara didn't simply delete the slap video. She dismantled Marcus's entire digital identity. His phone glitched. Files vanished. Hidden systems he thought only he knew about were suddenly gone. She located his secret access point to the school server and shut it permanently, locking him out of his own tricks. Then she encrypted his illegal activities so deeply even he couldn't find them. To him, it looked like corruption, random failure. His empire collapsed in hours. Marcus, once the tech king, was now powerless even to control his own devices. Next came Chloe and Brent. For Chloe, image was everything. Elara made her invisible, a quiet adjustment to algorithm patterns, and Chloe's engagement crashed. Followers vanished. Influencers ignored her. She wasn't canceled. She wasn't attacked. She was simply irrelevant. For Brent, gaming was his pride, his online stats, his team reputation, his ranking. Elara ghost banned him. His accounts didn't delete, they froze. Matches wouldn't load, profiles wouldn't update, friends moved on. The world he valued more than school evaporated. Jessica Hayes wasn't toppled with a hack. Elara was too smart for that. Instead, she looked into Jessica's powerful father's campaign, public information, overlooked scandals, mismanaged reports. She leaked nothing illegal, nothing deep, just enough truth to obscure blogs and rival teams, enough to spark whispers. Meanwhile, she correlated Jessica's academic dishonesty using public grades, timestamps, and old submissions, then anonymously reported it to the school's honor council. Jessica's father faced media pressure. Jessica faced academic inquiry. No trace, no hack, no evidence, just consequences, gently nudged forward. The Royals collapsed. Marcus, useless without his digital tricks. Chloe, ignored by the very crowd she worshipped. Brent, exiled from his gaming world. Jessica, exposed and terrified. They cornered Elara, not to attack, but to beg. But Elara didn't even slow down. She walked past them calmly, head lifted, eyes focused forward. No words, no threats, no acknowledgement. A ghost doesn't argue with the living. She just leaves them haunted. Elara Vance returned to her routine. Quiet, alone, focused. But she wasn't a gray mouse anymore. She was a force, silent, precise, unstoppable. The Royals never bothered her again. They couldn't. They feared the ghost they had awakened. And Elara. She understood something powerful. In a world ruled by information, the most dangerous weapon isn't anger or strength, but knowledge. What do you think? Was Elara justified? Let me know in the comments below.